No Limits is the first in the new, my book, because I love the cover. I got to show that off again. It's the first in the new Ultimate series, and there's MMA fighters, that's the heroes. It's a really fun, macho cast of guys. Anyone who's already read the book knows that the secondary characters are a hoot in this one. Very funny, very charismatic, very guy-type guys. And there's not a lot of actual fighting in the book. It's more about a fighter finding romance, falling in love, and fitting that into his regimen of diet and training, travel, and competition that's necessary. Yeah, hard enough. That was Gage and Harper. And Harlequin had asked me to do sort of an introduction to, because this series branches off a little bit from Love Undercover. And we wanted to do like a little bridge so that people could see exactly where I was going with it and the direction that it would be. And I had just a short story idea for one of the characters, so it was perfect for the short format. I didn't have a ton of backstory or an enormous plot to go with it. So it worked out really well for the shorter digital novella. Gage was supposed to fight, got hurt, and ended up coming back home. And the lady that he thought he would just reconnect with, he burned, that he left without cementing their relationship, and then was just out of touch because he was so busy concentrating on his big opportunity. And it was losing that opportunity that made him realize he could possibly lose two opportunities. You know, one for his first fight with a big organization, and the other was he realizes that he loves the one he's with. So he had some quick scrambling and prioritizing. Let's just sum it up by saying I'm always thrilled that readers like the book, and usually what's entertaining is that what I like the most about a book is never what the readers like the most. So that's always a lot of fun when I read the reviews and someone does little quotes or paragraphs from their favorite parts, and it's always very different from my favorite parts. Well, I'm sure it influenced my perspective on the sport because I love the sport a lot, and I know what I like the most about the fighters. I'm sure there's good and bad in every human being on this earth, but I tend to focus on the good that I like in them, so I'm sure in that way it influenced it. You know, I don't get into the nitty-gritty so much, what some of the guys probably go through and the downside of being a professional athlete. Sort of focus on all the upside and the fun stuff. So in that way, I'm sure it did.